Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. I am expecting a Bitcoin crash, so we're going to sort of dig into some of the sentiment that is out there in the space. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start on coin market cap. Now, the total market cap of crypto is down 0.84% at the time of recording at $925.41 billion. And Bitcoin is hovering at just over $20,500 at $20,628.87 at the time of the recording, down 1.28% in the last 24 hours and 4.16% in the last 7 days. Now, I am expecting a pullback in the market, and I think it's going to be a big pullback and a significant one at that. Now, I'm not aligned to people talking about 10 or 8k Bitcoin, but you know, I do think that a 15k, perhaps a 14k is on the cards. So definitely worth, just being cautious in the space right now. At the end of this video, I will sort of cover the price points that we are expecting as articulated in Nick's video this morning. But why am I thinking this, right? A lot of it is to do with sentiment, and you will hear other YouTubers, influencers in the space talking about, like, what tends to happen is that when everybody is talking about or feeling that, we're going to see a new low, and you get a high percentage of these people feeling this way, you tend to see the opposite happen in the market. And I completely disagree with that. I think if it's just in your small bubble, your small circle of people that you're around, that you're talking about, then yes. But actually, when you start to sort of roll that out to a wider audience, a bigger subset of data, I think you're wrong. And ultimately, sentiment is one of the things that is monitored with artificial intelligence and machine learning when it comes to, the likes of 𝗕𝗘, Singularity DAO, with their artificial intelligence. And I'm pretty sure that is going to be one of the things that they're looking at, right? Is what sort of headlines are out there. And one of the things that I do look at, and what I think makes our channel a little bit more unique than some of the others, is I do look at the type of news outlet and information that's coming out in the media. And I have seen a change, right? We've gone from a positive, seeing the pump, to a negative now, and we're starting to see some of these headlines, and I'll go through some of them now. So Bitcoin might fall to $13,000. Miners could be to blame, and this is interesting because there's an awful lot of this, and I'm not going to read through the article. I will link it in our Discord, but basically it looks like JP Morgan have come out with a report, very telling report, that looks at the Bitcoin miners and actually the cost of mining and all that sort of stuff, and the fact that they might have to move their operations from certain parts of the world, rah-de-rah-rah, and ultimately they're going to have to sell Bitcoin. And there's lots of this sort of sentiment in the market at the moment, and this is why we need to pay attention, as the thumbnail suggests. Pay attention. It's really important. This is why we're able to make the sorts of sums of money from these bear cycles, as we did in the previous one, is just purely being engaged in crypto and what's going on. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. We've got Bitcoin, now being at its longest ever extreme fear period, and there doesn't seem to be any signs of this changing. And this is really interesting because we're sat at above $20,000 now. A year ago, I wouldn't have said that the fear was as strong as this when we, were at $20,000, for example. Bear in mind, we went as low as like $8,000 or $10,000. I can't remember the exact figure, but it's interesting. Again, it's a sign that sentiment, I don't think we're really seeing the volume in order to push on to, break resistance and go to a higher high than we saw previously. And ultimately, with all of that, does indicate to me that we're going down lower. And it's interesting to see other influencers, YouTubers, saying the bottom is in. Now, I predicted in May that I thought the bottom would come in June. But to be honest, I'm looking at the market and the sentiment and Nick's analysis and, coming up with my own conclusion that I don't think I was right. I don't think when I called it out, in May that the bottom was going to be in June. I look at the market now and I don't think it is. And it's going to be interesting to see whether these people admit that they were wrong when it comes to it, because we get inundated with questions when these certain individuals with slightly bigger channels call something out like the bottom is in, and we have to kind of go, well, that's not how we see it. It's not how it lines when we look at the market. And it'd be interesting to see whether people that make these calls admit they were wrong, or whether they try to cover it up, which is what they normally do. More headlines that are really quite negative, and that is Putin signing a ban on crypto payments in Russia. Again, this for me is probably sort of around the fact that they've got their own system for payments. And really the question that I pose is, how bad is this actually? Because we've seen something with similar with China in the respect that they've ban on crypto payments, but actually to work in the blockchain technology sector is just fine. And actually, how many people are using Bitcoin to as a form of payment in Russia? It's probably really low. It's more of a store of value currently. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on that. Again, I'll link it in the Discord. Moving on, and we've got EU regulators warn about crypto and question whether it will survive this bear run or bear market, crypto winter, whatever terminology we wish to use. And again, this is, for me, just the scaremongering that's going on indicates to me that the powers that be are trying to push the price down in order to fill their bags. And let's be honest, right, that us included, but many influencers talk about the smart money. Well, the smart money weren't the smartest money, because they weren't here when Bitcoin was $10-20 a coin, $100 a coin, $200 a coin. They weren't even here when it was $8,000, $10,000, $15,000 a coin. They only started really getting in once it started to really peak in 2021. So how smart are these people? The smart money isn't the smartest money, but actually when they want to get in, they make it possible to get these assets at a very, very cheap price. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on that. I think it's definitely worth watching the big wallets, but I would say I'd question, I guess, whether they're actually the smart money. These big entities and institutions, they don't seem that smart to me. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on that also. And then I want to sort of get into other reasons why I believe the bottom is not in for crypto, and we could see it anytime between now and the end of the year. And Bitcoin faces Mt. Gox Black Swan as trustee prepares to unlock 150,000 BTC. So basically, there's people that think this is a bullish thing. There's people that think this is a bearish thing. I'm in a neutral camp. However, 150,000 Bitcoin hitting the market, that's going to people that perhaps don't even realize that they had Bitcoin coming back to them. It's going to be an interesting thing to see, because a lot of these people may be hard up with the way the economy is, and may look to sell, because they weren't expecting. I mean, they would have been buying this at like less than $1,000 a coin. They might, come into, 10 Bitcoin, for example. They might want to sell off half. And, I think with that, we're going to see, potential selling pressure on Bitcoin. For me, is a potential for us to see some fantastic opportunities. I have started loading up fiat onto the exchange in order to, be there ready for any price, pressure where it pulls the price down. I am expecting lower lows. I've said this, and I think people should pay attention to what we're saying here. And then we've got Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert here. saying that he's got cash in position waiting to buy Bitcoin. Now, I think this is a big indicator that the bottom isn't in yet. This guy is a very, very smart guy. I think he's honest. I look across the space and I see a lot of dishonesty, lots of people lying about their positions, lots of people lying about the fact that it's going to zero, all that stuff. I think this guy is far more honest, and I think he's definitely somebody worth listening to. But ultimately, if he's waiting to buy, it means it isn't anywhere near the bottom just yet. And I feel we've got a way to go. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on that. Again, I'll share all of these articles in our Discord. Link will be in the description of the video. Not trying to sell you anything here. Our Discord is free to join. No reason not to. There's over 3,700 people in there talking about crypto 24/7. Don't forget, we've got our London meetup on the 29th of July. Would love to see you there. Lots of industry insiders going to be there. YouTubers are going to be there. We're going to be there. Our team's going to be there, and it's going to be epic. So we'd love to see you there. So I'm going to pass you over to Nick now, who will have a look at the BTC technical analysis.
Here we obviously have the price action of Bitcoin. Yesterday we were saying that we were going to be looking for 21,197. We were $3 out. We actually went to 21,200 exactly to the penny there, and then we get rejected. Okay, so this is kind of what we're talking about in terms of our three-wave structured move upwards. We are now, of course, talking about requiring a five-wave structure down. So if I zoom out a tad here, just bring this in, you can kind of see that this is kind of our expectations, not necessarily all the way down there, but we had a five-wave drop, we had a three-wave move up. We are now looking for a five-wave drop down. Our target for the actual lows come in around here at 15,898. That's what we spoke about yesterday. And essentially, if I bring this up and just bring this down so slightly lower, let's see if I can get all of this into there we go. So we have a five-wave drop here. We have a three-wave move up. We're looking for another final five-wave drop. And this comes all the way from up here, which is March 2022. So again, coming back down, five-wave drop, three-wave up, five-wave drop, three-wave up, looking for five-wave drop. We've had five, we've had three, we're looking for another five, then we'll have three, then we'll have another five. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for. I know a lot of people are saying that the bottom is in. I do not believe that is the case.
So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.